No, this is not happening. Oh God, Lily! Damn it! Lily, I'm here! Where are you? Oh God, you're scared. How did this happen? I'm coming, Lily. Just hold on. I'm here, Lily. I'm here. Lily? Come on out. Lily, where are you? I'm here. Dad's here.
You weren't here for me, Dad.
Kidman?
Hello, Sebastian. It's been a long time.
3 years. I've been trying to track you down for 3 years.
And you thought you'd find me at the bottom of an empty bottle. Is that it?
And why are you here now, damn it?
You didn't find me because they didn't want you to. Calm down, Sebastian.
You knew what was gonna happen in that hospital, didn't you?
What happened at Beacon is in the past. You need to forget it.
You sound just like that psychologist the Force shoved down my throat. But he didn't have answers. You do. You're gonna tell me about Mobius.
I'm here because of this.
Where did you get this?
Lily's still alive.
Lily is dead! I read the police report! I was at a funeral!
We can rewrite history if we want to. Staging a death is child's play. Why would I come out of the shadows just to lie to you? Lily is alive. She's with us. But she's in danger. We need you to help save her.
Save her? What have you done to her? Get your hands off me!
I was hoping you'd come willingly, Sebastian. But we don't have time for this bullshit. We need you. Lily needs you. Sebastian? You're awake. Good.
Yeah. Great. Where are we?
We're in one of our facilities.
So this is the almighty Mobius.
Be careful about what you say. You don't know how powerful they are.
Right. So powerful they have to kidnap a washed-up ex-cop to help them.
At least your terrible sense of humor is still intact.
Enough of this bullshit. Where's Lily?
Patience. All your answers are right here.
Cool.
The Beacon Mental Hospital in City Place. An unfortunate setback. But we used the knowledge gained to build a new and vast.
What they posted, how can you become a player, what to expect, and the community-driven aspect they've been talking about recently in it. Alright, so we know that 17 teams are going to represent the NBA counterparts, and those 17 teams are the Boston Celtics, Cleveland Cavaliers, Dallas Mavericks, Detroit Pistons, Golden State Warriors, Indiana Pacers, Milwaukee Bucks, New York Knicks, Orlando Magic, Philadelphia 76ers, Trail Blazers, Kings, the Raptors, the Jazz, and the Wizards. Now, when it comes down to it, how they're going to make this work is that in February they're going to do a pre-draft workout, so basically trials, and then mid-March they're supposed to do a draft where each team is going to select their 5 players, and then in May is when the inaugural season is going to tip off. So that means that the inaugural season is going to coincide with the end of the NBA.
Listen. Now, if you listen to what he's saying, we don't necessarily have to play our pro-am team. We can get all 5 and go to the regular the walk-on.
Huh?
You just got to get 50 wins. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So not necessarily you have to go to play as a team. As
Oh.
you know what I'm saying? Put our jerseys on. We can just go to regular program as our side. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my thinking on that is, if you, a lot of people gonna do team matchups. Not a lot of people gonna do walk-on.
Uh-huh.
So the ones that do it, that is playing walk-on, gonna be some selfish ball playing motherfuckers.
Right.
You feel me? So we can go out there and play like we playing regular ball.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that might be the right to go, Coop. You're right. Cause ain't nobody been organized.
Right. So that's just, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is running pretty much.
Man, Tony.
Season, regular season, and probably start a playoffs. So they'll most likely utilize the playoffs to boast the league itself and boast the competition and things like that. Now, also, what they've been saying is that both teams will be flown to a central location to play. They've created and is still working on a specific version of the game, a basic, more advanced version of the game that will allow them to.
They said you gotta See, they just said you're gonna go to the road, like on the real NBA. You got to go to a location to play.
Yeah, that's to play your game.
Game every day, every other night.
Commentary set to
Oh, they said?
But when it comes down to it, they're working on a special version of the game that'll be utilized just for the.
Golden State, hold on, Cook. What you say? Hold on. Coach, Golden State play Cleveland, right? They gotta go. They don't have to go. You can't play at home.
No, what I'm thinking, what he meant by what he was just saying, the way I'm listening to it, is, say for instance, me and you on Orlando team, Cool and Chris on fucking the Jazz or something, right? So we got this game scheduled to play, but they flying us all to Dallas.
Right, to play the game.
You know what I'm saying? And what he was saying is like it's gonna be a remote location so they can do like replays and get good camera angles and shit like that.
That's what I'm saying. So it's gonna be like you're gonna be traveling in real life.
For the game, yeah, pretty much.
And they say it's gonna be you don't have more than one game. It's gonna be like a schedule.
Oh yeah, I'm sure about that.
They told me they gotta take a drug test. That's gonna knock a lot of niggas.
And so that's something that's interesting to look forward to. Now, as far as when the players get drafted, they said that the players will have contracts similar to the NBA players on the team. Now I don't mean like $1 million contracts, you know, especially not at the beginning, but they're going to have contracts that's going to give them maybe 1 or 2 seasons, 3 seasons, things like that with the team. So, you know, it's going to be a big thing to do. It's going to be something really worth looking into. And now we're going to go over how to compete, how to become a part of this, and how to kind of get your name out there so that way someone can try to pick you up. All right, now as far as competing in this league, being a part of it, it's essentially some of the simplest and most advanced things that you got to do. First of all, you want to be just playing the game. You want to be getting your stick skills up and trying to become one of the best. That's something that I myself am inspiring to do. So, like, I'm not saying that, oh, I'm going to be a part of this 2K league, but I'm playing in order to be a part of the league. So the way I look at it is that I'll get better by playing with a goal, with an end goal in mind. And so not to say that I'll get picked up, but essentially I'll be at that elite level where I can play against those cats, mastering the games, ins, the outs, the ups, the downs. And one of the best ways to do that is playing team pro-am, getting yourself a team together and playing team pro-am. I know team pro-am is broken and frustrating at times, but essentially you can play pro-am walk-on if you're running in there with your whole squad. You really don't want to play with randoms because that'll mess your set record up. But one of the things I would say look forward to is playing team pro-am. If you're playing team pro-am, you can learn to play better team ball with other players. Essentially finding which sets you fit in extremely well, utilizing your skills, and get yourself a social media following on as well, because those kind of things kind of help propel you above some of the rest and get you noticed a whole lot quicker. So I don't know if they'll be looking at like leaderboards and things like that as the best players playing in the pro-am, this, that, and the other. But you kind of want to make sure that your name is one of those names that they'll search, because the simple fact is you're playing good from what they're seeing, and these teams will say, okay, well, I kind of want to see how this guy can play, because I highly doubt that they're going to have millions of people coming in for trials and everything like that. Essentially, they're going to go with the best of the best, and their criteria for what is the best of the best might be different from what we should expect or what we think, but 9 out of 10, what they're going to do is they're going to look at the top players up at each position position, and let's say that they need to fill 5 slots for each team. So you got essentially 17 point guards you got to find, 17 shooting guards, and so forth and so forth. That means that you're going to have to, you want to go and give yourself a nice large number of players by position to look forward to. So try to get yourself in that top 150. I looked at it like the high school All-American stats. It was 150. So try to get yourself in that top 150 by position. Or even better, try to get yourself in the top 150 of all time. So those are ways that you can improve your chances of getting a spot on one of these teams and getting yourself one of these NBA-like contracts. All right, so they've been trying to figure out, they've been trying to negotiate the media rights and where they're gonna, where the games are gonna be played and what console they're gonna use, what system setup they're gonna use. Now they're trying to figure out whether it's gonna be PC, PlayStation, or Xbox. I believe they're gonna go in the line of PC because it is the middle ground between the two systems. You can hook up an Xbox controller, you can hook up a PlayStation controller, and you can play. And so essentially that would be the best route to go. Because then you wouldn't force someone to have to adapt to the system, but more so just have to, play using their kind of controller setup, their kind of the controller how it feels in their hand, and you're gonna get the best of that player. Now they're also trying to figure out the TV rights, whether they're going to be doing it on, whether they're gonna be streaming it on a network like Twitch, or whether they're gonna be streaming it on stuff like NBA TV and things like that. Now I would essentially assume that they would go the route of maybe Twitch, and the reason being is because then you unlock it and open it up to many gamers, but at the same time I wouldn't say don't do it on NBA TV. You kind of want to go that multifaceted route, because then you'll have people who can watch it on Twitch, and then you got those who can watch it on their TV, on NBA TV, things like that. So it's a lot of things tossed up in the air. But as far as what to expect, seeing as they're building a specific framework of NBA 2K18 for the E-League, they're going to have a setup that most likely is going to allow for instant replays, some different camera angles. So it's like it would be cool to be able to watch it on a platform like Twitch and be able to change the camera angle that you want to see it from, or to watch it on NBA TV and feel like you're watching something akin to the real product, and switch different camera angles, go from a roving cam that goes up and down the court, that skybox cam, go from the nosebleeds cam. But it'd be great to have that kind of setup. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to unveil this particular version of the game. And a lot of things that people are doing in the community right now kind of goes toward that. So it's going to go toward building this polished product. I think the only thing people are going to be upset about is if this engine comes out, or this framework of the game come out, and it is like spot on, perfect representation of what people wanted from 2K, people are going to be upset. But essentially what's going to also end up happening is that they're going to use that to improve the game that we play for fun, the game that we play on a daily basis. So it's a lot to take from what we can expect to come out of the 2K franchise, and with the 2K League, like I said, I'm looking forward to it. Now we're going to go over the community-driven aspect of it. There's a lot of things that people have been talking about, and the community-driven, how much of the community is going to really be involved in the shaping of this sport. All right, now we're going to talk about the community-driven part of it. Now they said that the community is going to shape the game league and the way it all unfolds and unravels by the way they respond to it, the way that they react to it. So one of the biggest things is, first of all, is I thought about a question that they had asked was, how is it going to do commentary? They had asked this question when they also asked things about like different camera angles, different way the game is going to look, replays and things like that. Now when they asked specifically about the commentator, there was a thought on my mind. I said, you know what? I said Chris Smooth would make an excellent commentator for this game. At the end of the day, like, who wouldn't want to see the likes of like Chris Smooth and Shaq doing commentary for a game? And if you can't, and there you go, if you can't get these cats to do commentary, can we get them to do the recaps, do the replays and things like that? That would be cool. I really want to see them reach into the community and not only pull out the players, but at the same time pull out the commentators. I'm not saying I wouldn't want to see cats like Kevin Harlan doing commentary for the game, but I would really, really enjoy seeing like an NBA commentator, an NBA play-by-play analyst, sitting alongside a guy like Shakedown and doing commentary, because that would make it enjoyable, that would make it fun. I understand that we got a more, you want to appeal to a wider audience and to a mass amount of people. So one thing I would hope that they would do is pull some good commentary from the 2K community and go with that. I mean, that's something that I look forward to seeing unravel and be unveiled before our eyes. I'm hoping that that's the route they go. As much as I enjoy NBA commentators, let's be real. I mean, I go on YouTube and I watch Chris Moore recap games. If Chris Moore didn't recap it, that game didn't happen to me. And the reason why I do that is because the commentary that he lays out is so enjoyable, it's so funny. And so when it comes down to it, I want to see them pulling guys like that. I want to see them pulling guys, like IKC or like Shakedown. I would even like to see 8-0 because that dude is funny. I really got to mess with him because that dude is funny. So having these YouTubers, there are quite a few more, but having these YouTubers that are big in the 2K community doing the commentary would actually make it appeal to an even wider audience, because you got those who literally just appeal to these particular YouTubers, where you got people who appeal to playing the game, but you got people who you can bring together by blending all this together. So I know that's a whole lot to take in, and I mean, I'm just hoping that when it comes down to it, that we truly see a product that evolves and is based on the community that it's in. I've never really been interested in esports until now, and that's because the simple fact is that it's an esport I can get behind. The fact that you're playing pro-am style games on a more global scale, a more worldwide scale. These are things that I like seeing come to the 2K community, and hopefully this helps shape the game for the future. This your boy Duke King the Boss, and once again, I'm trying to just drop a little information as I come along. I'm about to get back into this 2K grind. I'm on my way to 92. I'm thinking about 40% away from it. So let me get back on this grind real quick. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
That nigga say, nigga out of there. Put him asleep.
And obviously YouTuber. And
Man.
I am pleased to have Brendan Donahue here, the
Knocked him on that.
for the NBA 2K E-League. And I have him on hand, and hopefully we're going to get some questions answered about this exciting new esports vehicle, and just pretty much expounding on the 2K universe. How you doing today, Brendan?
Good, Brian. How you doing, man?
I am great. Actually, I'm getting over a little bit of a cold, so if I look even rougher than
I don't understand how this shit gonna work. Nigga, man, you gonna have to shit, man. Damn near impossible.
So we obviously
Out of millions of motherfuckers, you gonna make it.
there are so many people that are so excited about this opportunity, about this new wrinkle in the video game world and the sports world. And
I mean, how you gonna get a good scene?
I'm a
So many people.
and a 2K lifer, right? So been an NBA fan my whole life. I've been playing 2K literally since 1999.
Love it.
So, but there are some people actually out there who may or may not know exactly what the 2K E-League is. So if you could kind of briefly describe what it is in a nutshell, to give people who aren't aware a little bit of an understanding.
Yeah, it's a great question. So first of all, it's the NBA 2K League. And so our two CEOs, Adam Silver and Strauss Zelnick, got together last February and announced we're going to start the league in 2018. And so since then, we've been working to develop the league. And so the first thing we got on board was we got our 17 teams. And so we're ecstatic about that. We quite honestly, we had thought we needed 8 to form a league. We had hoped we would get 12. But for 17 to jump on board for year 1, we're ecstatic. And quite honestly, we were getting emails even as recently as yesterday with other teams who are interested in joining in future seasons. But we expect to expand pretty quickly because the So the teams in general are very bullish on this.
Absolutely. Now, I kind of heard I think you might have corrected me there, because so it's not the 2K E-League, it's the 2K League.
Yeah, the NBA 2K League.
Okay, that's good to know, because it's commonly being referred to in some areas, in some circles, some publications, as the 2K E-League, and I think little things like that are important to know moving forward.
Absolutely, and you'll see us in the upcoming weeks. You'll see us talk more and more about our identity, specifically, and our logo and those types of things. So look for that very soon.
Okay, so when will the 2K League be starting?
So we're going to start. There's several different kind of stops. So first off, the tryout itself will start in February. So February of 18. We're looking to have the draft in March. And then we're hoping to have players, kind of quote unquote in camp in one of the 17 markets in the second week of April. And then the season itself would kick off in May.
Okay. So as you mentioned, there's 17 teams that are already on board for this first season. Can you kind of talk about or expound on how those 17 teams were selected? Was it a first come, first served? Did they have to bid, or how did that work?
Yeah, honestly, how it worked was good. So the good news is actually, in many ways, our owners actually led us to this, because several of our owners are actually involved in other esports titles. So they already were invested in esports. They saw the opportunity, and it just kind of came together that it was logical for us to do this as well, because we obviously have a very successful NBA 2K game. So 17 teams, all we did was we went to them and kind of told them what we were looking to do, and asked teams to express interest by a certain date. And so that's how we got the 17 teams to sign up.
Okay. Now, the biggest question that I get from readers and subscribers on the YouTube channel is about the selection process, the player selection process. So can you break down how the players are going to be selected for the 2K League, like how the draft combine will work, and will the league feature walk-ons or some sort of free agency, and will there be trades? I mean, are we looking at something that completely mirrors the NBA experience on the virtual level, or kind of give us a little bit of guidance in that area?
That's a lot of great questions. So listen, first off, all we can say is that we're working with 2K is incredible. Their development team is working with us very closely to develop that tryout environment. And so the one thing we can definitely tell players is we're going to create an environment that's going to strip out any type of advantages for any particular player. We want to make sure it's on a level playing field. So as a result, we're going to create kind of a pristine environment for players to try out in. That way, the only differentiator is going to be their personal skills. But in terms of other things they need, all they need to do right now is work on their game. Quite honestly, they should be grinding and playing the 2018 game that's coming out, getting their skills ready for February. That's going to be the true differentiator, going to get them in the league or not.
Okay, so when we talk about grinding, when you say grinding to a 2K head, the first thing that we think about is going hard in my career or my player to upgrade their attributes and get them up to a certain level. Obviously, you can only go up so high, and then it comes down to stick skills. So are players going to be responsible for upgrading their own player, or when the league starts, are they going to be given certain models that already have a certain amount of attributes? How will that work?
It's a good point. And so imagine for a player that's used to kind of the ratings, imagine every single player is going to be at an 80. Every single player is going to be on an even playing field. So what they do on their own with their own personal My Career player is irrelevant as it relates to when they actually want to try out for the league. Because we're strict. We don't want to have it where you can actually buy attributes or make yourself faster or a better jumper or a better shooter based on what you purchase. We have to strip all that out for the tryout.
Got it. Now that makes a lot of sense, and it actually should be music to the ears of some of the people who have expressed some concerns about how they will be evaluated in this process, because there are some people who are a little bit worried about not being able to be considered because they maybe haven't leveled their player up to that, to a certain level. Now, once the league starts, though, will they be using their own personal My Players, or will it still be using something based off of like an 80?
No, so when the league starts, it'll be that level playing field.
Okay.
The one thing I can tell you is it'll be 5-on-5.
What else?
Players will be playing with.
Huh?
I can't even hit too.
Who? I ain't taking no nap, nigga. I heard it. No, nigga.
Oh yeah, I died.
Billy D. Williams looking man.
Oh, not Billy D. Good ass games today.
Yeah, we are. Cause you missed some good games, man.
With avatars and they control it. If this is not going to be them, it's not going to be LeBron versus Steph.
Right.
It's going to be 5-on-5. It's their own virtual player.
I'm on the
So,
highway.
but honestly, it's not going. We're not going to be bringing their current player into the league.
Okay. Got it. That's
The other thing I would say too is, I often have potential players that are tweeting me highlights or concerned that should they be working with an agent. All they need to worry.
The nigga told me now in the picture.
Who?
Agent Bowman.
Where you see that nigga?
At TNA Conference.
In Texas?
Yep.
He told you couldn't get out?
That nigga said I couldn't get no autograph or no picture, nigga.
You lying.
And then gonna tell me to check out his mixtape on my mixtape. I say, ain't this some shit? If he wasn't no boxer, I would've stolen on that nigga. That shit pissed me off, boy.
That's cool.
But look, I would've checked out the mixtape though, man. I mean, why rap, man? I don't know. That shit that fucked up though. That nigga arrogant on the motherfucker.
Let's go.
Alright, so that's why that nigga was knocked your ass.
Oh, yeah, I told that too.
I wanted to say that, but it was too many other big motherfuckers standing around me. No, them bodyguards don't do that.
Yeah.
They gonna slam my little. Some bitch. What the fuck you need a bodyguard for? Man, that nigga had like minimum 6'5" niggas standing around this sort of.
I want to get robbed. Don't want to get robbed. No endurance, you know.
Yeah, he did. He only listed on.
Yeah. Nigga, take that. If you ain't got no security.
But see, I ain't had none of that on my mind though. I'm like, shit, I had to look twice like, nigga, what's up? I had to talk to the nigga like, nigga in the street, like, nigga, what's up? He's like, shit, what's up? I'm like, shit, man, let's get a picture and autograph. I ain't got the time right now.
Wow.
I ain't got the time right now. I'm kind of in a rush. I'm like, shit, nigga, you ain't got no fight tonight. What the fuck you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Because you want to throw it up on the top.
But what you can do, you can go to my mixtape, you know what I'm saying, download the app and check out my mixtape on my mixtape. I'm like, oh yeah? That's fucked up. You want a nigga to listen to this music though?
I told that too. TMT, nigga. You ain't nothing like Floyd,
Baby
bitch.
pit boy looking ass. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I ain't gonna lie to you. You ain't fucking with
The ones you don't see, the ones knock your ass out. If I would've swung at that nigga and missed.
You would've missed. That nigga would've weed that motherfucker. Tell your ass up.
And I would've sleep on the floor, nigga. Woke up like, what the fuck happened?
On TMZ. Nigga got it on recorded.
That nigga would've been on World Star. World Star. Instantly, they would've instantly posted that shit.
I see that.
I don't give a fuck. I would've sued the fuck out of his ass.
Yeah.
You finna give me something.
Yeah, I see them too.
Cause my neck broke, everything broke, nigga. Dr. Bill, I'm going to see the best doctor. I'm telling you, you finna pay for all that.
Huh? What, cool?
Cool life. Motherfucker let you out of rehab, huh?
Yeah, stupid. Yeah,
I
nigga,
know.
boy.
I can hear it in the voice.
Yeah, you had a good day today, boy.
Yeah, damn good day.
Got a swagger back.
You put all that pride to the side.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
It was a test, that's all.
I'm gonna have to switch it. Everything came up.
Leave it alone.
I need doing what
Come on, baby, watch out.
I need doing what Cola be doing. Cola tell me shit. Sometimes them niggas won't even tell me. I just look up. I'm holding somebody else.
He done switched it.
I'm seeing Cola, you're a true playmaker. I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
How can you not hold these niggas, man? I like true playmakers that got no defense.
We should check it out. Check it out and see.
Yeah, what I'm saying. Like, you can get to keep up with anybody. What Tim say now?
I'm missing the case. A woman found dead on the sidewalk. What? Mario.
Get down.
Don't tell them nothing.
Y'all know who named them kids.
They daddy. Fucking right.
That girl probably going out and drop me.
For what? A girl?
I thought you know, it was a little boy.
You move that truck again, I'm gonna tear them thighs up.
Yo, cool. Oh, this one, dog. Bro, I almost got in a wreck, bro. That shit was serious. Bro, I didn't know the car was going that fast, but I hit a freaking, I drive fast, and I hit a fucking burnout right in front of that bitch, bro. That shit almost hit me.
Better to wait. You didn't try to rush.
I'm shaking like a woman. That shit caught me down. It did that. Damn. Damn.
Huh?
We all heading back to the gym now. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Too many left in the car.
You're walking.
Right there.